and roles in a strong school community. Among the responsibilities of the School Community Council is to work with school leadership to define roles and responsibilities in areas where home and school overlap. Compact, curriculum of the home, homework guidelines, parent involvement guidelines, and welcoming place and classroom visit guidelines. Because these key documents are all interdependent, they can't be developed in isolation from one another. Schools need to work through the development of these documents in the same time frame with the involvement of their school community council. Before we look at the document or goals and roles indicators, let's talk a little bit about the school's mission statement, which serves as the engine of the school. It articulates the school's purpose, its powers, and connects the actions and decisions of everyone attached to the school. Too often, mission statements are generic and insufficiently attached to practices. Through the decision-making structures proposed in the megasystem, principal, leadership team, instructional team, school community council, practices and purpose become aligned. This principal explains how this is done in her school, and a teacher shares with us their distinct, clear, and student learning-focused mission.
Our mission statement is to provide academic excellence. Simple as that. So when children are here at this school, it's one thing we want you to do your best. We want you to be excellent in all that you do. So our job is to make sure we provide the children with the tools that they need in order to become excellent students. And that's what we do here at Dunbar School. And we do it with a collaborative effort along with our vision. When I talk about the mission statement, I have to talk about the vision, because our vision is being a collaborative effort with the school, the home, and the community. So if we bring these three entities together, then we can help the children achieve excellence.
One of the tools that we use to kind of bridge the gap between the parent and staff communication at the Paul School was we put together the Paul School Communication Pathway. And on the front cover, I will read to you, we put the mission statement of the Wakefield School District. And it says, the mission of the Wakefield School District in partnership with families and community is to ensure that all students master the knowledge and skills necessary to maximize individual potential academically, socially, and emotionally, and become successful contributors to their local and global society.
Now it's time to integrate what the school and its community values and believes into guidelines and key procedural documents. Let's take a look at the indicators related to these key documents. The compact and curriculum of the home, homework guidelines, parent involvement, and classroom visit procedures. Compact and curriculum of the home. A compact is an agreement between the school and the home that spells out some of the basic responsibilities of students, teachers, parents, and sometimes principals. Title I schools often call these learning compacts, and some schools use the U.S. Department of Education's Reading Compact process. Regardless of what they are called or the process that is used to create them, the compact serves as a critical bridge between the home and the school. We begin our compact action by listening to one principal share how the compact brings value to his school-home relationships.
Teachers, we have the school compact drives teachers because we essentially have teachers sign on. A part of the compact saying that they're going to give me their best, they're going to come to work every day, they're going to be focused, and they're going to do whatever they can to the best of their ability to have our kids be successful. We usually have a parent meeting outside of the general gathering we have first day of school. I have one-on-one sessions after my initial meet and greet with the staff, and I have parents strictly with myself, one-on-one. Teachers can come as well, but it's one of those things where I let them know how vital they are in the role of their children's education. They have to know that, hey, I can hammer 80% of it home, but you need to bring that other 20%. You need to be that constant reinforcement outside of these school walls. Specifically in there, I as a parent agree that homework assignments, will be turned in. I as a parent agree that I will help my kid assist in reading, come up here, make weekly visits, and Parents too sign off on that as well. If you got teachers on board, you have parents on board, it's only right that the students, who are our primary focus, know what their role is as well. So we have them to know that they're responsible for their homework assignments, and as we can say at Officer Elementary School, homework is non-negotiable. Every day, homework goes home. We have those students that take those homeworks on, and the students as well as the parents have to sign off on the homework and return it daily. Here at Officer, common practice. But as for students, they know that, I'm responsible for my work. I'm responsible for any assignment that's sent home and proper paperwork, everything. We kind of put a little responsibility on them as well, so they can be kind of, a key figure in their education as well, because it's all for them. Those expectations are, too, addressed in our school compact as well.
While every relationship in the school community is essential, the school is most effective when the home does its part. Wouldn't you agree? Helping parents fully engage in their children's learning is a critical function of the school and one that requires considerable, consistent, and constant attention. Here, a high school parent shares how her school's compact does just that, helps her and other parents fully engage in their children's learning by cultivating that home-school relationship.
Myself, as a parent who I feel is involved and making sure my kids do the right thing, the compact for me was a real reminder that these are things that it confirms things that I'm doing, and then also provided areas that I may be weak in to help me. This needs a little more here. And very oftentimes while we were going over the compact, I was thinking of the students in our district who don't have the home support that some do, and this has to be a huge help for them. Just a reference. And I think that as we go along and that communication opens up between the school and the parent, it can only get better.
Now, the principal of that high school shares with us what their compact communicates.
The student responsibilities are academically focused, pretty much, what's going to make me successful in the high school setting. And another thing that we did in developing our compact was we wanted to make sure that numerically every group had the same number, so it didn't look like it was heavy for the students, heavy for the parents, or heavy for the faculty members. So it was evenly distributed, and we really tried very hard to make everything work, every one of the issues work with one another, so that there was that strong bond and there was that partnership with all three of the constituents. So we actually got the information. We took, again, the information from our survey and what our students were saying, and we used that information to tie in with what we were, with the parent and the faculty member side as well. So it's very oriented towards academics, improving academics, and putting the responsibility, building that responsibility within our student body, because that is part of our mission statement as well in our building, is that we want to develop that responsibility within our students. However, not taking away the responsibility from the adults, but still finding again that partnership.
We've heard about parent and student responsibilities, but what about teachers?
I think it's a real good reminder to teachers of how we should be going about our job and what's important, and that student learning is important, but also that self-esteem and developing character in students is just as important as the actual learning that takes place throughout the day, the content that we're teaching. And it really goes through and outlines our roles and responsibilities in terms of being an encourager, being that instructor, being the teacher, providing opportunities for students to be successful, to feel safe, to know that we care about them, that our intentions are to help them learn, just so that we better understand what our role is. Sometimes you get into these day-to-day activities and you can lose sight of why you're doing what you're doing, and it really brings us back to a focal point where we can say, okay, this is why we do what we do. For example, we implemented or are currently implementing a positive behavior system and really reframing how we address students' behaviors and how we teach behavior and how we reinforce it here at school. And I think it ties right in with our compact and how we say we want students to feel about the school environment and about our interactions with them. The program that we're implementing and the professional development that we're doing really ties in well with what we believe is important for students and for our work with the children.
As you heard, having specific responsibilities and expectations of all the school community members outlined in the compact builds understanding and relationship. Very valuable. While all school community relationships are critical, the majority of this course is dedicated to cultivating and sustaining that home-school relationship.